friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Holly. Welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Today I'm sharing with you a jambalaya recipe. This is a Weight Watchers friendly recipe. It's not how I normally make my jambalaya, but I thought I would try this and see how it would be, because it's more portion control for me, because my jambalaya is usually a very large pot. So I'm going to try this and see if this will work out for me. But the recipe calls for one 28-ounce can of whole tomatoes, then the Trinity, which is one stalk of celery, a large onion, and about a medium-sized green bell pepper, 2 cups of chicken broth. It called for fat-free. I'm using the low-sodium version. For the seasoning, you will need about a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne, a 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and it called for a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm just using about 1/8 teaspoon, and I'll just add more to it if I need it. 3 cloves of garlic minced. I just chopped those up a little bit. It calls for 4 ounces of turkey sausage. I'm using the chicken roasted garlic one that Hillshire Farm has, and I just chopped those up in little pieces just to kind of have it go a little bit further. Also 1 cup of rice, long grain rice. I'm using parboiled rice because I find it cooks faster. 2 cups of chicken breasts that are already cooked, and I just did these in the oven, and I seasoned it with some Cajun seasoning, just so that way it would have some flavor to it. You don't have to put any seasoning on it if you don't want. But now I'm going to show you how quick and easy this is to put together. I sprayed my pan with some nonstick spray and then just added the sausage. And I'm going to cook that down until just they get a little brown or a little crispy. Normally when I would make jambalaya, I just keep them round. I slice it into round pieces, but since it only uses 4 ounces of sausage, which is not a lot at all, I just cut it up into 4s because I wanted to stretch it a little bit more. If I would have just cut it into rounds, it wouldn't, I don't think, go as far in the jambalaya. But once they become more brown and crispy, then add your veggies to it. And you will cook this down and saute it until the onions become more translucent and the veggies are tender. So just cook that down. And then you will add the seasoning. And normally I don't add thyme to my jambalaya, but I'm just following this recipe. I figured, why not see if it'll have any different flavor to it. Then I'm going to add the garlic, and you want to cook that down until it becomes fragrant. You don't want to let that burn, but you kind of want them to get a little tender as well. Then add your cooked chicken. Add the chicken broth. Then add the whole tomatoes. I don't normally add whole tomatoes to my jambalaya. I usually add just tomato sauce. So this will be new for me, but I just went ahead and did that so that way maybe it gives it a little bit more of a heartier dish. But I will chop up those tomatoes into smaller pieces. And then the last thing would be to add the rice. Just mix that up. Stir it in really well. Now bring it to a simmer. Turn your stove down to sort of a lower setting, and then cover this, and you will let this cook for about 20 minutes until your rice is tender. This is what it looks like when it's done. It was really good. It's a little different than what I'm used to for jambalaya, mainly because I usually add a lot of different things to mine, but it was good. Also, I had some green beans on the side with a little bit of red wine vinaigrette on top. Really good. But you can make this your own with jambalaya, and that's, it's a mixture of different things. But I would like usually to add shrimp to mine. I did not do that with this one, but very easy to make. This was only 7 points for 1 1/4 cups of the jambalaya. So it is a good meal, very filling, very delicious. And like I said, you can add whatever you want to it. If you're not doing the Weight Watchers, make it your own. But I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing more like it, please click that subscribe button and the notification bell, and that will notify you when I post new videos. I hope everyone has a blessed day and a great week ahead. God bless y'all.